Bears fan largely sucks because there's always something with this stupid third-rate organization. Bears football. Well, newsflash, for most of my life, Bears football has been crappy losing football. And I'm tired of Bears football. I'd like to see some winning football. I'm just saying. But it doesn't matter. Because this organization, when it comes to money specifically, always gets funny. When they do spend it, it's in the wrong place. And more often than not, especially when they really need to spend it and where they need to spend it and who they may need to spend it on or what they may need to spend it on, they always particularly get really funny. And the results are more years of mediocrity to flat out suck. Think about this. All the years Mike McCaskey was allowed to run the Chicago Bears football operations. Why? Because he was in the Hallis family. Because he was Virginia's son. And how did that go? He ran Ditka out of town. He dismantled and destroyed the championship team and, of course, never rebuilt a new one. Eventually, his mother was so pissed at him, Michael, she decided to remove him from that position and ultimately promote him. Because that's what they do. They reward nepotism and they reward failure and mediocrity with this stupid organization. A perfect example of that, Bears fans should be even more familiar with now, is Ted freaking Phillips. Ask yourself what the hell Ted Phillips has done in his over 3 decades with the organization to constitute and justify being the team president of the Chicago Bears. I'll wait. 3, 2, 1. Your only answer is going to be a stadium deal. And let's take a look at that lousy-ass stadium deal. Looks like a spaceship crash landed right at the butthole of the Roman Coliseum. That's the stadium deal. That's Ted Phillips' crowning achievement. Even though it took him years to get that deal done with the damn city. And ultimately, when he did, because it's the Chicago Bears, they got a second-rate stadium deal for a team in the 3rd biggest media market in the damn country. Because this organization didn't want to fork over another $75 to $100 million because they sold you, the fan base in the city of Chicago, this bill of goods about, oh, we want to play outside, and that's Bears football, and we don't want to have a dome. It takes away from the experience. No, we're taking away from the pocketbook of the freaking McCaskies, and any moron who thinks otherwise is an idiot. Who gives a shit if they play outside in the snow and fog in January or play in a temperature-controlled dome? Win damn football games. That's the name of the game. Win, baby, just win. Got to revoke the spirit of Al Davis from beyond the grave. But because the Bears organization didn't have the money, no, because they didn't want to spend the money, you got that second-rate, decent-looking, odd-looking stadium, that's Soldier Field right there on Lake Michigan. In the meantime, without getting that retractable roof, where would have required more upfront investment, but long-term, any business person with sense would have sat there and said, we can make that money back so many times over with Super Bowls, with Final Fours, with WrestleManias, with year-round concerts and events that you can't have outside in December through March in freaking Chicago off of Lake Michigan. They made billions off of it. But no. The Chicago Bears want to play small potatoes. And they promote and keep Ted Phillips around all these years later. For that's his crowning achievement. This is a mediocre stadium deal. Are you kidding me? The same organization that couldn't wait to run Olin Kreutz out of town because they didn't want to pay him, couldn't wait to run freaking Urlacher and Briggs out of town because they didn't want to pay him. Going years back, couldn't wait to run Wilbur Marshall out of town because they didn't want to pay him. So it's always about with this team, money, and how they deep down know they have it, and they just absolutely refuse to freaking spend it. Or when they do, they'll sit there and give it to somebody like Jay Cutler. They'll spend it on the wrong people in the wrong places at the wrong time. But even when you look back in their history, Jerry Angelo, it was going to be like the whole Jerry Krause, Tim Floyd thing. Nick Saban was his boy. Nick Saban was going to be the next coach of the Chicago Bears. And I always laughed because I thought there's no way in fucking hell because they're going to lowball him and do what the Bears did. And lo and behold, what do you know? They lost out to a college program because they lowballed them. Like, even when they have their guy, they find a way to screw it up. And this whole situation with Roquan Smith is just yet another feather in the cap of the suck of the legacy of the McCaskey family running this scam organization. Papa Bear should be rolling over in his damn grave, rolling back over and rolling over some more. He should have wished he went old school and aborted the whole damn family, because this is a disgrace. You take Roquan Smith in the top 10. An organization like the Bears, who has a history at linebacker, and in particular the middle linebacker position, that nobody can touch in the history of the league. Bill, George, Dick, Butkus, Singletary, freaking Urlacher. Roquan, you're kind of anointing him as the next guy, the next face of the defense, that next franchise player, that next superstar middle linebacker, potentially that next Hall of Famer. And you decide to validate that by playing games with this freaking contract and still not having him in damn camp. Are you serious? Like, the whole thing about the lockout in 2011 was supposed to be to stop these types of holdouts, and they don't happen very often. And when they do, they're typically about offset language or other stupid things. But of course, leave it to the Chicago Bears to set a new precedent of mediocrity and suck, trying to play games with guaranteed freaking money and other things within Roquan's deal, because they're looking for outs, because they're cheap fucking bastards. And that's exactly what they are. Stop justifying what they do. Stop defending them. Stop making excuses for them, because nothing in their recent to relatively recent history indicates that they have any clue what the hell they're doing. And they most certainly have not earned that benefit of the doubt. If this is somebody like Bill Belichick, or this is the Seahawks, or the Eagles, who all have recent examples, the Steelers, of earning some benefit of the doubt, then go ahead and give it to them. We are talking about the McCaskey family, Ted Phillips, and the goddamn Chicago Bears. What the hell have they ever done to do anything close to earning your benefit of the doubt? The answer is nothing. And as you sit there and you watch that Hall of Fame game on Thursday night, guess who's not there? Freaking Roquan Smith. Why? Because the Bears and stupid idiot Ryan Bates want to stubbornly digging their heels in the fucking sand over something that should be a non-freaking issue, because they want to potentially protect themselves and get back some damn guaranteed money. This is small potatoes, small-time play from a small-time organization in a massive media market. What else would you expect? Here's what I know. Roquan Smith is supposed to be that dude for that defense. He's supposed to be the next great Bears middle linebacker. I don't care how you get it done. I don't care what you have to do to get it done. I don't care if you have to tuck your tail between your legs and your head up your ass. You find out a way to get over your bullshit, get out of your own way, and get his ass signed, and get him in the damn camp. How have these holdout games played for you Bears over the years? Curtis Enos, K. McSuckass, Cedric Benson, newsflash, Ding Dong Dumb Dicks, haven't gone well. And now you want to take a guy who can help elevate your defense to another level, potentially become a borderline elite unit, and you want to play games with him? Only the Chicago Bears, and literally only the Chicago Bears, would be in this position right now. Ryan Pace, you're a moron. Ted Phillips, you absolutely suck. Virginia McCaskey, I can't wait for you to fucking die so that way maybe the Bears can win again. Everything about this sucks. It doesn't matter how. It matters when. Do it now. Get Roquan Smith signed, get it?